Oh, Canada, a land that evokes a sense of warmth and welcome even in the coldest of winters. Land of maple syrup and open arms. A place where the sweetness of its iconic syrup is matched only by the sweetness of its people. Ah, Canada. Famous for its stunning landscapes, polite citizens, and an apparent allergy to saying no to anyone seeking a new home. From the majestic Rocky Mountains to the serene lakes of Ontario, the beauty of Canada is only rivaled by the kindness of its inhabitants. Known for its friendly demeanour, Canada has cultivated an image of inclusivity and generosity. It's a place where people from all walks of life come together, creating a rich tapestry of cultures and traditions. It's the nice guy of the global village, always willing to lend a hand, offer a warm smile, and a steaming cup of Tim Hortons coffee. Whether it's helping a neighbour shovel snow or welcoming a newcomer with open arms, Canadians are known for their unwavering kindness. But is this unwavering niceness, particularly regarding immigration, doing more harm than good? As more and more people seek refuge in this northern haven, the strain on public services and infrastructure becomes increasingly apparent. Canada prides itself on being a mosaic, a diverse tapestry of cultures and backgrounds. This mosaic is celebrated in festivals, art and everyday life, showcasing the beauty of diversity. And while diversity is undoubtedly a strength, is there a point where the tapestry becomes frayed, the threads stretched too thin? The challenge lies in maintaining this delicate balance without compromising the very values that make Canada unique. Let's delve into the icy depths of Canada's immigration policies and see if we can find some answers, eh? Join us as we explore the complexities and nuances of a nation that strives to be a beacon of hope and inclusivity in an ever-changing world. The Great Canadian Giveaway: Passports for Everyone. Imagine a world where everyone gets a Canadian passport just for showing up. Canada has one of the highest per capita immigration rates globally, welcoming hundreds of thousands of newcomers yearly. It's a country built on the promise of new beginnings and opportunities. It's like a giant maple-scented open house where everyone gets a free toque and a permanent resident card. The warmth and hospitality are unmatched, making it a dream destination for many. Don't get me wrong, welcoming immigrants is admirable. It's a testament to Canada's inclusive spirit and its commitment to diversity. But are we sure we're not just handing out golden tickets to ride our universal healthcare system like a roller coaster? The healthcare system, while robust, has its limits and challenges. The government boasts about its ambitious immigration targets, but are those targets based on some magical economic formula or just pulled out of a hat filled with good intentions and maple candies? It's crucial to understand the rationale behind these numbers, because it seems like someone forgot to factor in the cost of housing, healthcare and education for all these new Canadians. The infrastructure needs to support this influx, ensuring that everyone, both new and old, can thrive. Free healthcare, eh? Unless you're actually Canadian. Canada's universal healthcare system is a point of national pride. It's often touted as one of the best in the world, providing essential medical services to all citizens without direct charges at the point of care. Unless you're a Canadian trying to book a doctor's appointment, the reality on the ground can be quite different from the idealized version. Then it's more like a point of national frustration. Many Canadians find themselves waiting weeks, if not months, to see a specialist or even get a routine checkup. Wait times for specialists can be longer than a Canadian winter, which, as we all know, can feel like an eternity. And finding a family doctor is about as easy as spotting a moose in downtown Toronto. It's a rare and often elusive quest. Now imagine adding hundreds of thousands of newcomers to this already strained system. Canada welcomes immigrants with open arms, but the healthcare system struggles to keep up. It's like trying to fit an entire hockey team on a Zamboni. It's just not designed for that kind of capacity. The system wasn't built to handle such a rapid increase in demand. While newcomers contribute to the system, the influx puts a strain on resources. They bring skills, culture and diversity, but also add to the number of people needing care. This leads to longer wait times and potentially compromising the quality of care for everyone. Healthcare workers are stretched thin, trying to provide the best care possible under challenging circumstances. The dedication of healthcare workers is commendable, but the system needs significant improvements to meet the growing demands. Canadians continue to hope for a more efficient and accessible healthcare system in the future. Refugees welcome, but skilled workers please apply elsewhere? Canada has a long and commendable history of providing refuge to those fleeing persecution. But in recent years, there's been a noticeable shift towards prioritizing refugees over economic immigrants. It's like inviting a bunch of friends over for a potluck and then realizing you forgot to tell half of them to bring food. While offering asylum is a humanitarian imperative, it's also crucial to consider the economic impact. Skilled workers contribute to the tax base and fill labor shortages, while refugees often require significant support and resources to integrate. Both are important, but striking a balance is key to ensuring the sustainability of our social safety net. Section 5. Immigrants, the backbone we love to complain about. Let's be real. Immigrants are the backbone of the Canadian economy. They fill jobs Canadians don't want, start businesses, and contribute to the cultural fabric of the nation. They're the ones willing to work those long hours, often in challenging conditions, for the promise of a better life. Yet, despite their contributions, immigrants often face discrimination, exploitation, and barriers to fully integrating into Canadian society. It's like inviting someone to join your hockey team, handing them a broken stick, and then wondering why they're not scoring any goals. Section 6. A modest proposal merit-based immigration with a side of poutine. So, how do we fix this gloriously messy system? Well, for starters, we could take a page from our southern neighbours and implement a more merit-based immigration system. Don't worry, we'll keep it Canadian by adding a layer of politeness and a side of poutine. Instead of prioritising family reunification or refugee status, let's focus on attracting skilled workers who can contribute to our economy and fill critical labour shortages. We need doctors, engineers and IT specialists, not just people who are really good at saying sorry and tolerating sub-zero temperatures. Section 7. The Canadian Dream, affordable housing not included. One of the biggest challenges facing newcomers, and let's be honest, most Canadians, is the lack of affordable housing. In major cities like Vancouver and Toronto, finding a decent apartment is about as likely as winning the lottery, except the lottery doesn't require you to sign a year-long lease and live next to someone who practices the bagpipes at 3 a.m. The government needs to step up and address this issue, not just for immigrants, but for all Canadians. Building more affordable housing, cracking down on foreign ownership, and implementing policies to cool the overheated housing market are just some steps in the right direction. Section 8. Taxpayers, funding the welcome wagon and everything else. Let's not forget the unsung heroes of Canada's immigration story, the taxpayers. These brave souls foot the bill for all those social programs and services that make Canada so appealing to newcomers. Healthcare, education, social assistance, it all adds up. While immigrants contribute to the tax base, the initial costs of resettlement and integration can be significant. It's essential to ensure that the immigration system is financially sustainable and doesn't overburden taxpayers already struggling with the high cost of living. Section 9. Striking a balance between generosity and going broke. Canada faces a delicate balancing act. On the one hand, we want to maintain our reputation as a welcoming and compassionate nation. On the other hand, we need to ensure that our immigration policies are sustainable, responsible, and serve the best interests of all Canadians, both new and old. It's not about closing our borders or turning our backs on those in need. It's about being smart, strategic, and ensuring that our immigration system benefits everyone, not just a select few. Section 10. In conclusion, let's not turn into a maple-flavoured Greece. Canada's immigration system, while well-intentioned, is in dire need of an overhaul. We need to move away from the current unsustainable model and towards a more balanced approach that prioritises the needs of all Canadians. Let's not be naive, immigration is not a zero-sum game. When done right, it benefits everyone. But when done wrong, it can lead to social unrest, economic instability, and a whole lot of frustrated Canadians. So let's be smart, let's be strategic, and let's make sure that Canada remains the welcoming, prosperous, and slightly passive-aggressive nation we all know and love.